Hey peeps, Rossing and Clear Lake Guide Service with your, let's not call it a fishing report this week, let's just call it a lake conditions report with a little bit of tab on some activities coming up this weekend. The purpose for not covering fishing is that basically I haven't fished this week. So the last day that I fished was a couple Fridays ago. Just had other stuff going on, but as you can see behind me right now, it's a beautiful day. So I launched the boat and literally ran around the entire lake from Lakeport all the way down to the Rattlesnake Arm, around over down to the Redbud Arm, and back up to where I'm sitting here right now by the state park just off of Kelsey Creek. And I'll show you that not only, hopefully you can see a bunch of pelicans and gulls, but this part you probably can't see, which is there's probably at least 10 new trees sitting out here off of Kelsey Creek that these rains drifted out, and that's where they stopped. So hey there. So again, today is October 28th, 2021. You've almost made it through October. The only thing standing between the end of October and the 1st of November is Halloween coming up. So it's just around the corner. It's just a gorgeous day. Okay. Let's first talk about activities. The activities coming up are out of the 5th Street launch ramp, an ABA championship, 3-day event. Friday is day 1, Saturday is day 2, and then they cut the field. And apparently all the cash prizes are paid out based on what happened over the first 2 days of fishing. There's a smaller field on Sunday that fishes for the boat. Also, Saturday, there is what I'm told about a 50 kayak tournament that is launching out of Brados. Apparently, unlike a lot of kayak tournaments that they can kind of launch anywhere around the lake, apparently in this event, for whatever reason, from what I'm told, they're launching out of Brados. So, in regards to activities, I do the best I can giving you the information that I can. I told you last report that there was going to be a new gen fish off. Well, I didn't find out that they had voted to postpone it and move it until after I'd already done the video, and I don't really know a way to come back and re-edit and correct that information, so I apologize for that. Okay, big news. What happened? We got a lot of rain, and for all the rain that we got, I'm actually amazed that we did as well as we did. But we got, I'm going to call it 0.8 of a foot, which is, we'll call it between 9 and 10 inches of lake rise. So that's a good thing. Figures. Right in the middle of doing something and some ding dong got to fly over you. So what happened earlier in the week with all this rain, Kelsey Creek's a good example, is it went from being literally bone dry to about just below what we call the normal bank, which is about 4 to 4.5 feet of water rushing through there with all these logs and everything coming out. All the other creeks were the same way. You know, a couple weeks ago I showed you a video where I was standing out in front of Rodman Slough, and all that tall grass, all that grass is not completely underwater, but there was probably up to about 3.5 feet of water in that grass. So We did get a lot of lake rise, but if you look at the chart of what's going on right now, we have had literally, as of yesterday and today, no lake rise at all. It's just kind of static. And what's going to happen is, unless there's some more rain, these creeks will stop and we'll be back to where we were. So we're going to hope for the best, looking forward. There's some decent forecasts. We'll see how it goes. As far as water conditions, running around the lake, it's all over the board. The best way to describe the way the watercolor looks right now is just think about the old traditional camo pattern, camouflage pattern of clothing. That's about what it looks like. You've got greens, you've got browns, you've got tans. Overall, algae wasn't too bad. I did see probably the worst area of algae was down in the Rattlesnake Arm around Rattlesnake Island, out in front of it and to the actual south of the island. And then I got into more when I got down into the Redbud Arm, kind of just short of Monitor down in that area, a little bit back in Konocti Bay. I also saw some over in Nice, but it wasn't really that bad. And don't get me wrong, none of the algae I saw was bad or thick. It's just a real interesting mix of colors on the lake right now. Water temperature when I launched at 1 o'clock, the reason I launched at 1, it was foggy this morning. Water temperature was 61, and the warmest I've seen as I ran around the lake today was 65.4, so we'll just call it 61 to 65. And actually from the mid-lake area down, most of that water was in the 63 to 65 degree range, so pretty warm. So as far as what the storm did, it filled up a lot of stuff, got the creeks running. We got a foot of water in here, which is probably going to get us through the winter as far as the launch ramp is concerned up at Lakeport. Clear Lake Oaks, Bob Tyler shot a good video of that yesterday, showing that it was in better shape. Again, I can't tell you because I don't launch there, but he said he saw 4 or 5 single and tandem axle trailers there. So I'm going to say that with a foot of water, probably that's going to help Clear Lake Oaks a lot, and it definitely is going to stop my concern about whether Lakeport 5th Street is going to be usable or not in the near future. So there was quite a bit of room today. So I think I have covered all the bases. We've got your water temperature, condition, color, talked about the rain. Oh, fish, just real briefly, I know some of you are looking for information about crappie, and I can just tell you, running around today, all the places that I know of that people usually are crappie fishing, there wasn't a single boat on any of them. So I don't know if anybody's catching crappie or not. I was gonna mess around a little bit today and try spooning for some catfish, but you know what, it turned out to be such a good day, all I'm doing is going for a boat ride. So that's it for me. Hope you all have a good weekend. To the teams that are competing this weekend, best of luck.